When asked about what Sussex was going to do about the coronation, Gayle responded, "They're going to do what's best for them. Since when have they ever done anything other than what's best for them?" I know Gayle intended it to sound self-empowering, but it's frighteningly accurate. Sussex is mind-blowingly self-absorbed. They look out for number one in everything they do or say. Even their good works are all for show. I think Gayle meant a positive thing about self-care, but it is exactly what Markle has always done. She first what she wants at the cost of others. It's really the opposite of public service, of really just kindness, if doing what's best for you is going to hurt others. Poor kids. I don't think Markle will ever be able to do what is good for the kids. The worst part is that self-care is also slowly becoming or being turned into an inverted euphemism for not wanting people to call them outright on their behavior. Hear people say, "Hey, this isn't right," and hold them accountable for their personal actions when they don't do the right thing towards others. Harry has never had any desire or ability to do what is right for other people. The British people have loved, supported, and paid his way for his entire life, yet he has zero ability to factor them into any decision-making, even when his decisions damage and hurt them. Contrast that with the big help out throughout the UK yesterday. As individuals, certain royals might be as self-absorbed as Harry and Meghan, but as an institution, the monarchy encourages service, charitable giving, and community engagement. We saw a 5-year-old doing his bit and enjoying a tasty s'mores with the rest of the volunteers. One commenter said, "I just love the big help out. What a wonderful idea and a great way to wrap up the coronation weekend. People are so isolated these days. Getting the community together to work towards a common cause is wonderful." It also lets the other volunteers meet each other as individuals, not as richest person in town or president of big corporation. I've met many people volunteering. Some were doing it briefly for public accolades and picture opportunities. Their good works are bullshit. It's one thing to have money and decide you're going to live a life of service or donate large sums of it, or to live a life of service by doing good in your community on a scale you can afford. It's another thing entirely when you want to live a life of service based entirely on donations from others so you can operate an inflated charity with a fancy website. That is what Sussex thinks they do. They cannot understand the difference between platitudes and direct action. They cannot understand the difference between ordering their staff to give an or two to some cause versus inspiring a nation to help good causes. They are so self-centered. I'm not sure anyone will get this point across to them. They want to be paid for being bad guys. This is what's so mind-numbingly awful about California therapy culture. It's self-absorbed navel-gazing. There are good studies that show that what really brings lasting happiness in life is being in a relationship with your family and community, and being part of something larger than yourself, including service to others. Or Harry and Meghan may throw a little cash here and there from their foundation, but there isn't any devotion to any specific cause. Nothing that's going to really move the needle on anything. It's all performative. I do hope that after the coronation ceremony things change, and the British royal family can pay even less attention to these miscreants. The British royal family is doing wonderful work and service. I'm watching the events and ceremonies the British royal family has been attending, has been non-stop this week. They cannot even take a little break from Saturday's coronation. They are so lovely. I want Harry and Meghan to fade into obscurity. Perhaps with the coronation behind us, the fade can come. Doing what is best for oneself in limited circumstances where necessary is one thing, but a life of self-focused action is not the path to happiness. Navel-gazing is not healthy. Looking up, looking around, and serving others is far more rewarding way to live. If you spend your life focusing on how you feel all the time, you never really participate in anything. You are never really a part of anything larger than yourself. That is not to say you should accept everything people may throw at you. It is just putting your focus on the task or situation you are in and solving any issues you may find. What is so inspiring is watching the rest of the British royal family, with the exception of the Yorks. They have been attending events, looking wonderful, supporting the British people, and spreading so much joy non-stop since King Charles III's coronation. Of course, before that too, but I've noticed this week that they have not even taken a break. Harry and Meghan need to be put in the background and fade away. They are toxic and awful people, if not criminals, and they really need to be far away from the rest of society. Did Harry and Meghan turn anyone into a royalist? I started their Netflix documentary as something to watch in the background while I folded laundry. All I needed was 30 minutes into the show, and now I'm a royalist. Love the Wales, Princess Anne, Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh, and the late Queen. I didn't know that Charles had 4 siblings before the Netflix documentary. I'd only heard of the main events, weddings, people having kids, but couldn't name any kids, or Harry and Meghan leaving for America. I mean, I don't live under a rock, but I barely paid attention. But since sometime in November, I've been deeply involved in reading and following up on the royals, so all thanks to Harry and Meghan and the first 30 minutes of their Netflix show. I adore the British royal family now. Yes, the disaster of Harry, and especially the narcissist Meghan, have turned me into a royalist. I cannot get enough of all the good work Sophie, Anne, and the Wales do, and I have so much more respect for King Charles now than ever before. He has always been way ahead of his time with organic food, gardening, and his love of art and beauty, and I never thought that I would be so impressed by the love shared between King Charles and Queen Camilla. I think Harry and Meghan are going to wither away. The royal family will carry on. Meghan will never be invited, and neither will Harry. They don't have any projects. They don't have any connections. They only have their charity, but they don't really work on it. Their only chance at getting coverage like they got is a messy divorce. Otherwise, they just aren't interesting to the public or the media. What do you think of Gayle King's terrifyingly accurate comments about Harry and Meghan? Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.